The Boy in the Box. It sounds like a children's game, but it was actually a shocking case that shook Philadelphia for decades. On a cold February morning in 1957, a young boy's body was discovered in a cardboard box on the side of a road in the Fox Chase neighborhood of Philadelphia. And his death remained a mystery for over 6 decades. The boy's body was discovered by a college student who was driving through the area. The student noticed a box on the side of the road and decided to investigate. When he opened the box, he found the boy's body. The boy was naked and had been wrapped in a blanket. He had been beaten to death. The police were called to the scene and began their investigation. They interviewed residents of the area and searched for any clues that could help them identify the boy. However, they were unable to find any leads. The boy's body was taken to the morgue, where an autopsy was performed. The autopsy revealed that the boy was between the ages of 4 and 6 years old. He had been malnourished and had several scars on his body. The cause of death was determined to be blunt force trauma to the head. The police released a photo of the boy in the hopes that someone would recognize him. They also distributed flyers with the boy's description. However, no one came forward to identify him. The case of the boy in the box went cold for many years. However, the police never gave up hope of solving the case. They continued to investigate leads and follow up on tips. In 2016, the police announced that they had used DNA technology to identify the boy. His name was Joseph Augustus Zarelli. Joseph had been born in 1953 and had died in 1957. He had been living with his mother and stepfather at the time of his death. The police interviewed Joseph's mother and stepfather, but they denied any involvement in his death. The police were unable to gather enough evidence to charge them with a crime. The case of the boy in the box remains unsolved. However, the police are still investigating the case and hope to one day bring Joseph's killer to justice. There are many theories about who killed Joseph Augustus Zarelli. Some people believe that he was killed by his mother and stepfather. Others believe that he was killed by a stranger. One theory is that Joseph was killed by his stepfather. Joseph's stepfather was a violent man who had a history of abusing children. However, there is no evidence to support this theory. Another theory is that Joseph was killed by a stranger. This theory is based on the fact that Joseph's body was found on the side of a road. However, there is no evidence to support this theory either. The police have not ruled out any suspects in the case. They are continuing to investigate all leads.